part of summer is swimming in my pool.
Oh, summer. It sounds good right now after what we just experienced, doesn't it? Grilling out, lawns being mowed, and pools opening. These are some of the things we expect with summer.
What is up? Welcome to another over-the-top episode of the Boho Bradshaws. We are nestled in the Sierra Nevada mountains, exploring the Sequoia and Yosemite National Parks. And I don't know how it happened, but everything is coming up Millhouse.
I hate these flood pants. Hey, they're working. My feet are soaked, but my cups are bone dry. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
2 weeks worth of water and food with full 4G LTEs. There's one downside though, and while we're only about 90 miles from Yosemite, 120 miles from Sequoia, since we're so high up in the mountains, you know, it takes an hour just to get out of the mountains. What can you do? You gotta take the good with the bad. It's nice to not have to deal with all the hustle and bustle. We'll still have, you know, we're still streaming Netflix. That's pretty awesome. Kristen! Aha, there you are. I knew you were down here.
I still beat you guys.
Come on out of there.
I got you before you
Now check this out. This is right below where we're parked. So we're just parked right up there on the hill. And then this river comes out of the reservoir lake. And here it is. I wish I knew what this river was called, which I don't, but it's pretty, and it's about 15 degrees colder than it is up where we're at. It's kind of cold. One of the fun things that we like to do is get family pictures wherever we go. So what better way to get that epic shot than with the drone, right? So drone up, family picture, try not to fall in the river. Here we go.
Yes, adore you all of the time. I like to. I like to. I like to love you every day. I like to love you.
It always makes me so nervous flying over water, you know? Phew, all those drone shots, and I've realized I've never shown you guys some of the things that I think are the most important for flying the Mavic Pro. So let me show you some of the accessories. First thing is a simple but effective solution for protecting my thumb controllers while they're inside the bag. Just a nice piece of extruded plastic. They fit right on top of the thumb bits, and the rubber on the ends of the thumb pads actually hold this on, and it does a good job of keeping them from getting jammed over in my bag or protected. Things can be pushed against it. Just does a really nice job of keeping things secure when I'm on the road. Next up is a Polar Pro iPhone or phone holder, and what it does is it fits over the controller in a different way so that you don't have to take your controller out of the case. One of the reasons why I picked this up was because I was sick and tired of constantly having to take my iPhone out of its case in order to attach my drone. And that could just sit right on there and then clamps down. Now I've got a more optimal, in my opinion, viewing position of the drone as I'm flying it. Now, of course, the ensemble wouldn't be complete without the appropriate connecting cable. So I've purchased this 90-degree lightning cable. You can also purchase them in for Android devices, USB. But it just goes here in the end, and you see that the angle is appropriate for this particular layout. And then this bottom cord plugs in also appropriately. So I've got a nice 90-degree here, 90-degree here. I can just kind of hold it in my hand as I fly that drone, and away we go. Last but not least is this case of Polar Pro ND filters here. Now this particular case comes in ND8, ND16, and ND32. And the reason why these are handy is because if you're shooting in midday sun, it's just so bright. You want to have your shutter speed twice your frame rate. So I typically shoot at 30 frames per second. So I want to keep my shutter speed at 60. Sometimes I've got to put sunglasses on the camera, and these ND filters are what make it happen. Of course, you can't go anywhere without your Mavic Pro man purse here. So everything fits snugly in here. You can take it on the road with you, throw it over your shoulder as you're climbing Mount Everest. Kick off that drone whenever you feel good. And that does it for my top 5 accessories for your optimal Mavic Pro experience. It's 3:39 in the morning. Remember what I said last week about tormenting? Alrighty, so we're on our first trail of the morning. It's not really a trail, so to speak. It's more of just kind of an extended overlook, but this is called Morro Rock. It's been about sunrise for an hour. It's a bit hazy today. The temperature's about 42 degrees. We're making our way up.
It's okay with people, unless they get like that close to them.
Okie dokie, we are now on our second little trek of the morning here. It's 8 a.m., still 42 degrees, and we're now en route. Well, we're gonna do the Congress Trail, which is about a 3-mile round trip trail, but we're en route to see the largest tree in the freaking world. Now, the largest tree doesn't necessarily mean tallest tree. It's the largest by volume. So you take the width, or excuse me, the diameter, as well as the height, and that gives you the volume of the tree. So this is the largest tree in the world by volume.
Fuzzy, and it feels like it holds water really well, so it can protect against the fires.
It does have
Is it fibrous?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got like...
Feels like the individual twine of a rope.
Doesn't really feel like a tree.
One of the things that you need to do when you're here in Sequoia National Park is check out the Congress Trail. The Congress Trail comes right off of the General Sherman tree, loop, which is ADA accessible, but there's a less trafficked Congress Loop Trail. We're here in the morning. There's nobody here. It's so peaceful. But they call it here because there's the Senate group of trees, there's the President tree, there's the House group of trees. So, all of those making up Congress. Anyway, check it out. It's a beautiful, beautiful hike. It's so easygoing, relaxing. The birds chirping, and the smells are, turned up to an 11.
I think this is called the President's Tree because it's hollow, and Donald Trump is so hollow inside.
Whoa! I can't tell you how much we've really enjoyed our solar system. And we're going on over 2 weeks of working 100% off of the sun. And we're talking like full-blown Instapot, charging 6 laptops, running the microwave, all that stuff. 100% off the power of the sun. As long as the sun's shining, we're in business. We're about ready to end our time here near Sequoia National Park. And we're gonna move a little bit closer to Yosemite for next week's adventure. But we've enjoyed having you along for the ride, and we'll see you on the road.